just because he didn't want the job. Driss slapped his resume onto the table. Philippe, sitting in his wheelchair, watched that reckless attitude, and somehow found it refreshing. He'd long grown tired of those serious, overly compassionate candidates. I told him straight up I knew nothing about caregiving and only wanted a rejection letter for welfare. Instead of sending me away, he asked me to come back the next day. After 6 months in prison, all I wanted was a hot shower, but home was so crowded and noisy I could barely stand there. I gave my mother a chocolate egg I had taken from Philippe's house, and it did nothing to calm her anger.
6 mois qu'on ne t'a pas vu, pas un coup de fil, rien. Et tu te pointes comme une fleur en m'offrant un Kinder. Tu penses que ça va être tes magouilles que je vais payer le loyer? Les courses?
By the end of it, I was thrown out again. I spent the night outside, then remembered I still needed that dismissal letter. When I returned to the mansion, the butler gave me no letter at all. He showed me the house, my room, the bathroom, and the job already prepared for me. That was when I realized Philippe really meant to keep me for a 1-month trial. Nobody thought I would last, but at least I was no longer sleeping on the street. I drifted through the caregiving lessons, but with Philippe, I never acted timid or overly careful.
Eh mais ça mousse pas, c'est un shampoing bizarre, ça mousse pas.
C'est pas vrai, enfin écoute, tu lui as mis la crème pour les pieds sur la tête.
Ah mais rassurez-moi, attendez, que ça veut dire au moins.
Because of the wheelchair, every trip out took effort, and I refused to handle him like luggage. I uncovered the sports car and let the engine roar. And for a moment we both felt free. A neighbor tried to block us. Philippe stayed polite and I did not care nearly as much.
Bonjour, ça va? Viens là, viens. Vas-y, lis.
C'est la bonne méthode, ça.
Lis tout.
Emplacement réservé.
Voilà, maintenant, t'imprimes, et tu dégages. Allez, hop.
As the days passed, everyone in the house saw that beneath my carefree attitude, I had my own sense of what was right. I even joked around enough to leave the secretary struggling to keep up. Little by little, I stopped feeling like an outsider there. Philippe could stare at an abstract painting forever, while I could not understand why random smears of paint were worth so much. People questioned why he hired a black man with a record, but he never wanted pity, only honesty. That sense of equality pulled us together, until we were messing around like kids and moving in perfect sync. One night, the monitor caught his breathing speeding up from an old condition caused by years of medication. When it struck, he could barely speak, and I stayed beside him with a wet towel until morning. That night, I was truly afraid my friend would not make it. Later, when the pain hit again, I carried Philippe out into the cold 4 a.m. air, hoping the chill would dull it. Even then, he still forced himself to laugh, like he did not want the moment to turn too heavy. The next day, we sat in a restaurant eating and talking. Then, in the middle of it, Philippe suddenly burst into tears.